meeting of the Metropolitan Sports Authority of Nashville order at this time. Teresa is not here. We usually have her to read the...
We have a legal.
You're going to do it for her? Okay.
I don't have it memorized, do you?
Have you guys met Jenny Howard?
No, I don't
I
have.
had just met Jenny this morning, right?
Okay.
Pursuant to the provisions of 2.68.030 of the Metropolitan Code of Laws, please take notice that the decisions of the Sports Authority Board may be appealed to the Chancery Court of Davidson County for review under a common law writ of cert. Any appeal must be filed within 60 days after entry of a final decision by the board. Any person or other entity considering an appeal should consult with an attorney to ensure that time and procedural requirements are met.
She made one change in that from last meeting. Does anybody guess what that change was?
She didn't say for sure.
Just go writ of cert.
Thank you.
Give the guy a Cupid though.
It's pretty good.
We're glad also to have our Director of Law Saw with us this morning.
Hey, good morning.
We have our discussion. This meeting was called especially for one item to be acted on, and you have been communicated to as to what that item is. And we had a deadline for the incentive fee, and we have not gotten what we had requested at this point, which means that if we went forward now, we wouldn't be prepared, and so the apprentices, their staff and team of leaders and government have not reached an agreement yet, and they've asked us to extend that time, and you have a copy of that letter. If we approve the signature going on the letter and extend the time today, there are a couple things that I think we want to remind our Saul and others that would be involved in. We want the board to have ample time to review any documents relating to the requested contract change prior to the request for a vote by the authority. Sometimes we haven't gotten things far enough in advance to have time to review them and go over them, and we want that to happen. We want to also talk about how the public forum might be done where the Sports Authority Board and the Metro Council would meet to examine the new contract with supporting documentation that would, again, explain the implications of the proposed changes from both a legal and financial perspective. And then thirdly, maybe we may need to have some special guidance and special help from the legal staff and Metro Finance, and this could be done in private sessions with board members just to bring them up to speed and give them a good understanding. So these are some of the questions that Emmett and I have come forward with that we want to be sure that the authority has at whatever time we get the contract between now and this extended deadline if we approve it. I would open it up and ask for the members of the authority here, do you have other questions as we discuss the letter requesting the extension of the deadline? Open it up for discussion.
Do we have a meeting scheduled in May?
We don't.
I'm just wondering, so our next meeting will be in June, is that right?
Mr. Chairman, the schedule that we share with the board members before listed a meeting that's scheduled for.
There maybe is one May.
Yeah.
The third Thursday in May, I believe.
Yeah, I believe that's right. I think I have here.
I think that's the time for the next normal meeting of the board.
Well, I just wondered if we would still have that meeting, Mr. Chairman, in light of,
That would be on the
doubt.
17th of May.
I don't know if we'll be ready by then, so I don't know if we would have, I just raised that question for us, maybe not to have that meeting, reschedule it in June.
Okay. Kim?
Who's our representative from the board in the negotiations?
Lauren Frisky. Other questions, comments? So would you kindly, maybe before we entertain a motion or move forward with a request, would you kind of comment on the points I made there about any process that you know or time schedule you are aware?
There's no doubt that in the minds of everybody on both the Predator side and on the mayor's side, the mayor's office, they're very cognizant of the fact of what your requirements are in terms of reviewing documents. And it's something that we keep in mind and we'll keep in mind. One of the reasons why we pushed this again was, I guess we could have gotten the room over the weekend and gotten it done, but we knew that there was, wouldn't be fair to everybody. And so we're very mindful of the fact that there are some people on this board who would like to actually read the documents. Other people just want to understand what the changes are. Other people, might be the same people, want to really understand what the finances are. And so we really anticipate clearly giving you time to review the documents, as well as having a question and answer session, open meeting, where we go through the actual financials kind of line by line, how they change. So that's clearly what the intention is. So I think all the things that you read off, JD, were eminently reasonable, and so I think we will certainly adhere to that. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so just follow up on that. Will there be deadlines on the mayor and council? I mean, I imagine any agreement's going to be part of Metro's budget.
Right.
And the budget has to be adopted by a date certain. So even though, you know, everyone wants to give us time to review, there are some deadlines, aren't there?
I think as far as the budget is concerned, I think the mayor's office, I probably should talk about the budget yet. This is going to be real tomorrow.
Right.
But I think in terms of that, there's a lot of confidence that we're close enough that they'll be able to, before the agreements are signed, they will estimate what the impact will be. So it's a little awkward, but it's
Right.
probably the best we can do.
So you're pretty confident that we'll have ample time to review?
Yes. So
Okay.
I don't think that's going to, I guess to answer your question, sorry.
Okay, no, that's good.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for. Thank you.
That's fine.
Other questions or comments? Well, the chair would entertain a motion. You have a copy of the letter there that extends the deadline. I would entertain a recommendation that we accept this request from the Predators and authorize
So
my signature.
moved. Second.
Motion's made and seconded to extend the deadline. Discussion. Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
One abstention.
Yes, Nancy will be recorded as extension. Okay, I appreciate you coming out for this one item on the agenda because, as you know, we had reached the deadline of what we had approved, and so we had to do it, and we waited as long as we could, thinking that it might come to an end, but there would be a meeting scheduled, maybe a special meeting if we get ready for it, and you have time and ample time to be brought up to date, et cetera, from it. We have kept contact with Larry, our attorney, and he's right on top of it and representing us in the negotiations likewise.
Okay, so are we planning to have the meeting in May? Yes?
I think we ought to keep it on
Okay.
the schedule for the May meeting, and hopefully we may be ready for this at the May meeting. Who knows?
And I'm sure we'll have other business.
You will
too.
have other business at
Yes.
the May meeting, yes.
Thanks.
Anything else, Mr. Evans?
No, sir.
Okay. I declare the meeting adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good meeting, Mr. Chairman.